Hello all, welcome to first chapter of building a web application. In this session, we will learn the basics and initial setup. There are certain basic steps we need to plan before we start building our application. First, we need to be clear on what we are going to build and who will be using it. Next, we should finalize the requirements of our application. Then, we should put a rough design of the user interface. To build your application, you need to choose a technology that best fits your skills and requirements. Finally, you can start with the development. And this process is applicable for any application. Without planning these, we may not be able to get our desired outcome. What are we going to build? We will be building a library information management system. And our primary user is the library admin, who will manage the book rentals. Now, let's look at the requirements of our application. The library admin should be able to log in and manage the reader's profile. The admin will be managing the book details such as adding, updating the books in the system. We should build a search functionality where the admin can search for books based on readers' asks. Library admin will be registering the book rentals and tracking the returns from readers. And finally, the admin should be able to see the book rentals of any reader at any time. If you are clear about these, we are ready to do our initial setup and get started with the development of our application. To start building our library information management system, we will be using Django. Django is a web framework for Python. It is free and open source. You can go to djangoproject.com and get started. First, we should start with installation of Django. This is the official website of Django. In this website, you will find a lot of useful and detailed documentation to get started. We will click on the Get Started with Django button to see the initial steps. Here you will find the link for tutorials and detailed documentation. We will go to the Django installation guide and find the next steps for setup. You can find installation and setup steps in this page. To install, click on Install Official Release link and you can see the pip install command. To install the official release of Django, we just need to use Python's pip module. We need to run pip install Django in our Python environment. You can copy this command and install it through the command prompt. Let's go to PyCharm and create a new project. We will name it as Library Information Management System. Our project is created now. Now we can go and install Django. Let's go to the terminal to run our installation command. I have pasted the command, copied earlier from the documentation. Let's confirm the virtual environment and start the installation by pressing Enter key. As you can see, the installation of Django is running and it is completed now. We are just done with the first step and good to proceed further. Now, it is time to verify if the installation is correctly done. As shown in the documents, we can import the Django module and check the version to ensure the installation is good. I am doing that in the Python console and quickly checking the version of Django with django.getVersion. We have got Django version 4.2.2 installed in our environment. This confirms that Django installation is done correctly. Let's go back to documentation and see the next steps. Let's click on Writing Your First Django App link and read more. In this page, we have the steps for creating the application. To start with Django, we need to create a project and app. To create the project, copy this line and paste in terminal. But before pressing enter, let's give a proper name to our project. As we are working on Library Information Management System, let's name it as LIMS_portal. Now we can press enter to get the project created. In just a few seconds, we should have the project folders and template files automatically created by Django. Let's check if the project folders are created under the root. As we can see, the project is created with necessary folders under the root folder. There are some files automatically created by Django. These files determine how our application should be accessed, how we can manage the application, what would be the data model to store the data, and what are the basic configuration, etc. We will understand these files little later. However, you can refer to the documentation available in Django's website to understand these files anytime. Next, the documentation talks about starting the application. However, before we run the application, we need to create a Django app under the Django project. To create a Django app, we can use this start app command. So, let's copy it to create the app through our terminal. But we will change name as LIMS app and press enter. Now, we should have the folder and files automatically created for the app under the Django project. Yes, as we can see, the app files are automatically created. We will learn more on these files shortly. But you can see the official documentation as well for additional reading. Let's continue in the next chapter, where we will write our app. Thanks for watching. To continue learning with us, like, share and subscribe to our channel.